Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube is one of my favorite games of all time, not just because it's Luigi's only game, aside from Mario's Missing, which doesn't count, and not just because it introduces Professor E.Gadd, who just happens to be my favorite video game character of all time, but because it's just plain old fun. So Luigi's won a mansion in a contest he never entered, and when Mario goes on ahead to the mansion to meet up with Luigi, he gets kidnapped by King Boo and shoved into a painting. When Luigi meets up with a kooky old man named Professor E.Gadd, he's given a flashlight, a vacuum, and a Game Boy to track down and capture all the ghosts in the mansion and also rescue Mario. The game's structure is pretty straightforward. Go into a dark room, capture ghosts, and get a key to the next room to capture more ghosts. Now while that may sound boring and repetitive, there are more powerful ghosts to capture to make things more interesting. The portrait ghosts are powerful spirits who only show their weak point when you solve certain puzzles. For instance, you have to light this candle in order to expose Shivers, and you have to suck up Mr. Lug's food before he'll start to notice you. These ghosts all have 100 HP, and some of them are hard as hell to capture in one go. Why do you want to capture them in one go? Well, portrait ghosts drop pearls as you suck them up, and if you get them down to at least 10 HP in one suck, they will drop a large pearl. The size of the pearls you get affect which painting you'll get once you turn the ghosts into paintings, and in order to get the best painting you'll need that big pearl. So there's reason to replay the game should you miss getting the best painting on a certain ghost. Aside from that, the bigger the pearl, the more money it's worth. Throughout the game you can collect treasures, coins, and bills to gain some serious cash. At the end of the game, Professor E.Gadd uses the cash you find to buy you a mansion, and the more cash you have, the bigger the mansion you'll get. Now if there's one thing that's always annoyed me about this game, it's the Ghost Portrificationizer. This is the machine Professor E.Gadd uses to turn ghosts into paintings. He says it also works in reverse, which is how you rescue Mario from his painting. Well, if that's the case, why doesn't E.Gadd get a painting of a pile of money and put that in reverse? I mean, there doesn't seem to be any limitations, so potentially he could own whatever he wants. God only knows what could happen if this thing got into the wrong hands. If you were like me as a kid, then you may actually get the creeps while playing this game. The visuals and lighting are really creepy, some of the ghosts are pretty spooky, and the main theme is scary and threatening, which is all the more amplified by it being orchestrated. Nice. Of course, Luigi's Mansion also uses minimalistic amounts of music at times to make some really memorable moments, like when you look at the moon through a telescope. I get a shiver every time I watch that. Luigi's Mansion isn't the longest game out there, but I'd say that's a good thing. The game would probably get tiresome if it was a few hours longer, so I think the amount of time it takes to beat it is just right. Besides, this is a game you'll replay over and over simply because it's that much fun. There's a reason Luigi's Mansion was the 5th best-selling GameCube game. I say buy it.